domestic violence, and I was privileged to be able to work with her on that. All the work she does in relation to gender equality and racial equality. And she's won so many awards and accolades that this is just one more that she has to get over the line. The most influential woman, black woman in Europe, awards for leadership, entrepreneurship, promoting integration and social change. So many things that she's done. So it's only fitting that two legends would come into the room to support her. And I'm going to start with Alva Smith, who needs no introduction. I laugh when you ask Alva for a biog, you get about 3 lines, and she's done a little bit more than that. But my favourite one is that she is named as the Times Magazine's 100 most influential people in 2019. I know everybody knows that, but I just like saying it. It gives me a real kick. Anyway, people know Alva's work. She has delivered reproductive equality in Ireland, marriage equality. She has lectured most of us in women's studies. She has made an incredible contribution, and she's going to show her support for Salome.
Thanks very much, Denise. And I want to say straight away that it really is an honour and a great pleasure to be asked to speak up for a woman who I admire so much and who is truly remarkable. You touched on it, Denise, but I think that really we have this incredible opportunity now to ensure, or to work really hard to ensure that the first woman of colour, first migrant woman maybe, I don't know, in the Oireachtas could be elected on the admin panel to the Seanad. It's not that we've had very many men. In fact, I think there are only 2 I can think of. And yet, when you think about it, and in all the time that you've been in Ireland, Salome, the picture has been changing, more and more people migrating to Ireland, coming here to live and work with us. 1 in 8 people now in Ireland has a migrant background. And it is really quite shameful, actually, that all those people do not have direct representation in our Oireachtas. So when I was saying to you earlier, Salome, it's about time. It's not just about time, it is more than time. It is very long overdue for us to get our upper house as well as our lower house in order and make sure that we are actually fulfilling the promise of representative democracy, and no better woman than Salome to do that. As with Denise, we go back a very long way. Unlike Denise, I've gone beyond the thing about being coy about age. You get to a point where there's no point anymore. And I actually think to myself that I probably met you very soon after you came to Ireland. I think it was maybe just before you came to UCD to do equality studies. You were up in Kilmainham, you were doing course in development studies. And I do remember very well meeting this young woman who was so, she had her ideas, she had a sense, she had a vision. She knew that she needed to be out there doing work, representing, speaking for, speaking against discrimination and marginalisation. And the interesting thing is that I think Salome has always been ahead of the posse, because you do go back all that long way. You did have that experience, and it was as if you said to yourself, I need to pack in the qualifications that are going to mean that people here are going to have to listen to me. These people are going to have to listen to me. And you did that. You went to Kilmainham, where you did the development studies program, I think it was. You then went to UCD, where you did the MA in equality studies. And let me say, not content with her MA in equality studies and all the many things that you've been doing. Salome has just finished her PhD in Trinity on women and peace building, security and peace building, I think. And that is a huge achievement, and extremely important that this is someone who takes absolutely seriously this mission that she has to be a support for migrant communities here, particularly communities of migrant women in this country, and to make the country sit up and take notice. That it would be the understatement of the year to say that not enough is being done. So we do go back all of that way, and as far as I can see, you know, certainly Salome has grown and in her own self-confidence and so on, but she is still that serious, determined, very clear-headed woman that I met way back then, as well as being immensely thoughtful and kind and a very warm human being. She is also extremely resilient. I don't know sometimes how you have managed to weather your way through the various storms and the difficulties that have beset you. And she does, as Denise was indicating, have really a list of remarkable, amazing achievements. She is, of course, as I know Emily will be saying, but she is a commissioner on the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission. She has had a very long working association with the National Women's Council and involvement with the Women's Council, and a very loyal one, and was, I think, a vice chair of the council for quite a while. She's co-president of the European Network of Migrant Women. In fact, I think whenever I see a text or a WhatsApp coming in from Salome, she's always on a plane going or coming or toing and froing, but probably the only time you ever get time to communicate. But she is very committed to that international work that she does, not only in Europe, of course, but also on the continent of Africa and elsewhere. She's on the National Steering Group of Domestic, Sexual and Gender-Based Violence. And she is also chair, the independent chair of the National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security. I mean, there is no way that you could describe Salome as a one-horse pony, not that anybody would ever dream of doing that, but you have many issues that you have a real commitment to, and I really admire you for that. But most importantly, of course, and as Denise was saying, nearly 2 decades ago now, Salome founded Akidwa, Akina Dadawa Africa, which is a national network of migrant women living in Ireland. And first of all, it was, I suppose, really aimed at welcoming African women who had come to live here in Ireland, but over the years, I remember that period of opening up to women from wherever women had come from over the world, found a welcome and a supportive space in Akidwa, because in Swahili, Akidwa means basically sisterhood. And there's always been that sense of reaching out and of creating welcoming spaces. And way back in those very early days when Akidwa's meetings were held in a very drafty, very drafty, very cold hall, that I was one of a range of Irish-born women who were invited in to chat, to talk, to look over possibilities, because Salome is a fantastic networker. She is so good, and she can, put her eye on you and think, I'll ask Alva about that, and she might be able to put you. But that's what you need as someone who is working in such a difficult area. And I think, that as the first advocacy and campaigning group for migrant women in Ireland, it has really been an extraordinary organisation, very, very committed to working for full human and citizenship rights, but also very much about supporting, offering training, resources to women here who come to live in this country. And working in all kinds of ways, obviously on the issue of violence against women, and now more recently over the last several years on homelessness and on housing, very, very key issues. But I want particularly to mention the fact that way back in 2013, it seems like kind of another planet, when we set up the Coalition to Repeal the Eighth Amendment, and we had 12 founding groups. As soon as I mentioned it to Salome, she was absolutely in there, and Akidwa was one of those 12 founding groups. And I would just like to point out to you, that seems like nothing, it seems like easy now. But back in 2013, that was going out on a limb. That was being brave. That was taking her courage and that of her organisation's courage in her hands and saying, this is something that the women we work with absolutely need and should have. And I so totally admired her, because while I will never tell the secrets, of course, or reveal anything my life in Dublin wouldn't be worthwhile, there were many who did not respond positively to that invitation at that time. And I can tell you that my esteem for Salome, if it's possible for that to have happened, absolutely went right up there, because it was not necessarily all that easy. So just to finish, I just want to say that truly, I think what I've been saying, I hope it gives some sense of this woman's quality and her qualities, her commitment to inclusion, her commitment to equality, to diversity, and really the indefatigable work that she has and continues to do as CEO of Akidwa, that she continues to do for women. The pulling, the dragging of funding from reluctant, resistant government after reluctant, resistant government. I remember meeting you at a conference somewhere when you were almost in tears. I think it was probably in the years of austerity, as to where was the funding going to come, where was the staffing for Akidwa going to come from. And just to say that, you know, she is also a very modest person. You often don't hear about what Salome is doing. She is determined, but she is quietly determined. You know, she is also has been supporting the development of Rosisha, an African diaspora-led development organisation which supports women and children who are affected by conflicts, by wars, by violence, by poverty, and has been piloting programs in Kenya and in the DRC. So she is a woman of many, many parts, and we are so lucky to have her here in Ireland, where she has made her home with her husband and raised their daughter, Nima, who's a big girl now, when you had a little baby. So Nima is now, of course, a big girl. So I just want to say, please urge everybody you know who may have a vote on that admin panel to vote for this able, focused, determined woman. She would be such an asset to us all in the Oireachtas. Thank you.